Hello. I'm gonna take my glasses off so that you can see me properly. I am vlogging once again. It is smack dab in the middle of December. We're 12 days away from Christmas and I really miss vlogging. I miss making videos. So I was thinking about maybe doing like a 12 days of Christmas sort of situation and just making some mini vlogs to get myself back in the swing of things, because I am so close to being finished with my graduate degree. I turned in my one final project. I was supposed to have a class today, but it was canceled due to an emergency with the professor, so I hope he's okay. I have a free afternoon now, so I figured, you know what, let's just make a vlog. So I am going to go pick up lunch. I had to supervise one of my interns at work, but now I have a couple hours free until my shift officially starts, because typically I'd be doing my class right now. So I'm gonna go pick up lunch and get some sushi for my husband. I'm gonna go meet him at his work because he isn't too far away from where I am now, and I figured I would vlog it, and maybe later I can catch you up on what I've been reading too, because I have been reading so many books at once, kind of overwhelming myself in the best way. So yeah, I figure let's just go on a little Christmas adventure today. Hello again. Sorry, I had to take my glasses off. All right, so as you saw, I went to the market and got sushi for my husband, and then, oh gosh, wanted to make sure I got the right thing. And then for me, since I already had some lunch, I wasn't really expecting to be able to see him for lunch today. I just got myself some clementines, because I haven't had these yet this season and they're my absolute favorite. So I've been craving these. I'm glad I got to pick them up. I was struck with inspiration. They put them right inside when like with the produce and everything. So when I saw them, I was like, yep, that's what I'm gonna have. Since I probably have about 20 minutes until my husband gets on his lunch break, I thought I would just give you a quick rundown of the books I'm reading so far. So I'll put these to the side so you don't have to watch me eat. That's obnoxious. As I said before, I'm reading a fair amount of stuff. The book that I am listening to on audiobook right now, I'm reading or listening to The Ghosts of Green Glass House, which is the second book in the Green Glass House series. I listened to Green Glass House, which is the first book, last week during the work week, and it was just so fun, so cozy. This was a book series that I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I used to work at a bookstore too in the kids section. This was one of those books that always like caught my eye, and I was like, I want to read that at some point, but it never really happened. And I was struck with inspiration. I saw it on, it's called Everand now. It's the app that used to be Scribd. They like switched things around. And I saw it on there and I looked at the description. It's set during Christmas time, which is so perfect. It's exactly the kind of vibe I want for right now. And I loved the first book. It was very exciting. And now the second book is pretty good. I think it's taken some time to get into it, but I think I'm about a quarter of the way through by now. I've listened to it on and off for a couple days now, and I am just really enjoying it. It's the perfect book to listen to while I'm working. Oh, here's my husband. My husband came to just check on me real quick and let me know his schedule. So where was I? What was I talking about? The basic premise of the first book and kind of the second book too is this 12 and 13-year-old. He's 12 in the first book and he's 13 in the second book. He and his family live in an inn that kind of specializes in housing smugglers, giving them a place to stay or hide out. They have this beautiful inn called the Green Glass House, hence the title. The basic premise is during his Christmas vacation, chaos ensues. He gets to kind of solve a mystery with a friend who comes along, and her name is Meddy, and together they kind of are able to figure out little mysteries or things that are going on with the guests. And that was the case for the first book, and it seems like this is the case for the second book as well. Like I said, it's taking a little bit longer for us to wind up to the actual meat of the story with the second book, but I'm still really enjoying it. It's still set during the Christmas holidays in the second book, so it's really the perfect vibe for right now. And in the first book, the atmosphere was just perfection. It was very snowy, it was cold, the descriptions of the scenery were just perfect, just of like snowy woods and a really chilly but beautiful house with stained glass windows and everything. And in this book it hasn't snowed yet, but it's very frosty and it's still really cold, and it's just the perfect atmosphere, and it's been a lot of fun to listen to. I made it a goal. I wanted to finish Anne of Green Gables before the end of the year because I had started it. I've tried to read Anne of Green Gables on and off for the last couple of years, and that book kind of turned into a real, if you listen to the Books Unbound podcast, it's a real mashed potato book for me. And what that means is it's a book that I just keep putting off because I know it's going to be great and I know I'm going to love it, but I keep putting it off because it's almost kind of like scary to a certain point. And that keeps not happening with this book, especially since I keep starting it and then I'm loving it so much that I'm like, okay, I need to save this for like special times throughout the day that never actually come. And then I just end up basically DNFing it a quarter of the way through because I'm loving it so much that it actually scares me to finish it. But this year I was like, no, I am finishing Anne of Green Gables before the end of 2023. And the other day I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I started listening to the audiobook again. I'm listening to the Audible version narrated by Rachel McAdams. And typically I don't like to support Amazon, especially with buying books and audiobooks and stuff like that. But the Audible version had Rachel McAdams narrating it, and I love her so much. So I did give in a little bit and I bought that version. It's really been such a fun experience listening to her narrate it. That has just been an absolute joy. Anne of Green Gables, I think most people are familiar with the story, but it's basically about an orphan named Anne who is adopted by the Cuthberts, Marilla and Matthew, that's his name. Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert adopt her, and it's basically, at least the first book, because it's a series, the first book is about her childhood and her growing up and her exploits and all the little scrapes she gets into. And it's that, again, has just been such an absolute joy. It's not necessarily like a Christmas book, but there are Christmas scenes that have been really, really fun. Again, the description in Anne of Green Gables is so beautiful. It's such a beautifully written book, and it's just the perfect, oh gosh, there's people getting in their car next to me. It's just the perfect book to be reading right now, especially when I'm craving cozy. I mean, when am I not craving cozy, right? That's basically my MO, but it's just exactly what I want to read before the end of the year. So that is Anne of Green Gables. I have about 2 hours left in the audiobook, and now I'm kind of in a dangerous place because I haven't listened to it in a couple days, because since I have 2 hours left, I really just want to hunker down and listen to it and read along and fully immerse myself in the ending. And I'm like, okay, this is a dangerous game, because if I sit on this for too long, I'm not going to finish it. And I have a definitive goal that I want to finish Anne of Green Gables before the end of the year. So if I can do that tonight, that would be great, or at least by the end of the week. And then finally, I am reading, and I have been reading for almost a month now. There's two different ways to pronounce this. I've heard Evgeny Onegin and then Eugene Onegin. It is a novel in verse by Alexander Pushkin. I am reading this for the Game of Tomes book club, basically, here on YouTube. It is hosted by Emmy and Carolyn Marie Reads. They're two of my favorite booktube channels. I've watched both of their videos for such a long time, and it was a goal of mine to participate in some of their Game of Tomes discussions, and I haven't once this year. So this last one, they are in November and December, they're reading Evgeny Onegin and they're reading Twelfth Night, and they're comparing and contrasting them. So I am about halfway through Evgeny Onegin, and I'm really liking it. It's so fun. It really brings me back to my English lit days when I was in undergrad, and I just love romantic literature. I love romantic poetry, and I haven't really read Russian lit in a while either. I know I love it, but I just haven't in so long. Oh goodness, especially since I've been in my graduate degree, I just haven't had the brain bandwidth to listen or to read classics, which is so sad to me. Hopefully that's something I can remedy next year once I've graduated. But it's been so nice to dip my toes in classic literature again, and classic poetry, romantic poetry, and oh my gosh, again, the descriptions of Russian winter and the atmosphere that Pushkin creates in his verses are so rich and so gorgeous, and really are just, it just immerses you in it, and it makes you feel as if you can feel the frost on the tips of your fingers and the tip of your nose. It just is so immersive, and it has just been almost a transformative reading experience for me because I've loved it so much. And it's convinced me that next year I have to read more classic literature. I have to read more Russian literature, just to kind of give me a zest for life again. I've been so tired while I've been in school. And I just feel like I need to be restored by the great literature. So basically, the synopsis of Evgeny Onegin is, it's basically about this young man named, I call him Eugene because I think it's funny, but I don't think that's the official pronunciation you're supposed to have. He is a little bit of a womanizer. He's a man of his time. He, in the beginning of the book, is gallivanting around, I think it's St. Petersburg. I don't think he's in Moscow. I think he's in St. Petersburg, but I could be wrong. And he's like going to all the plays and going to all the ballets and just reading all these books and womanizing, and he's very much in society, and he gets really burnt out on it. And his dad passes away, and then his uncle passes away. After his uncle passes away, he inherits land, and so he goes out to live in the country. He meets this poet, I think his name is Lenski. If I had it in front of me, I'd be able to confirm. And he forges a friendship with him, and he is engaged to Olga, I think her name is. And her sister Tatiana basically falls in love with Eugene, and chaos ensues. I know what happens. I was bad and looked up the plot before I started. I'm only about halfway, and I know that I haven't really reached the meat of the plot yet, but it's all right because it's just so gorgeous. So beautiful. I'm enjoying it so much. But again, it's like, because I'm not really listening along to it on audiobook, I really need to be able to focus. I haven't been able to read it as much, just with school and life and everything. So I'm hoping soon to be able to finish that. I did, the last time I read along to the audiobook by Stephen Fry, which is so good. He does such a good job narrating that audiobook, and I couldn't find it anywhere other than YouTube, so maybe I can link that down below. that's just such an enjoyable part of the experience as well. Those are the 3 books I'm reading right now. While I wait for my husband, I'm probably going to keep listening to Ghosts of Green Glass House, and I can check in. I have like an hour and a half before I have to get back to work again for my shift. Today's a Wednesday. It is the 12th. No, it's not the 12th. It's the 13th. Oh my gosh. But Wednesdays are my longer work days. So I'm gonna get home a little bit later, which means I'm gonna give myself a break from schoolwork because I'm already going to be pretty brain dead by the time I get home. So maybe that means I can read. I might bake a little bit. I have to pick up groceries and things too. And I got a lot of makings for the cookies I want to make in my grocery order. Maybe I can do that a little bit tonight, or maybe I'll just need to rest. I've been really, really fatigued by all of the just finals work and all that. So maybe I just need to rest tonight. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was great to check in and just tell you what I've been reading so far. So yeah, I will see you very soon. Hello. I'm back, and as you can see, or hopefully you can hear a difference, I have a microphone that I bought a little while ago, and I'm really hoping that the sound is picking up my voice and not every little thing that I'm doing and touching and whatnot. So anyway, I forgot I had to do a little bit of arts and crafts tonight. One thing that I decided to make for my Christmas gifts this year are little candles for my family and friends. I got these little canisters. I bought like candle making supplies. I have beeswax. I have a little candle making pot. And I need to do this like tonight because I need to make cookies tomorrow because I'm seeing my family on Saturday. And oh goodness, if I don't make cookies tomorrow, I'm gonna be in a little bit of a predicament. But I'm gonna figure it out. I've never made candles before. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to just be a complete disaster. But I'm so sorry if this sound is just atrocious. I made stickers on Canva. It says, "Old Lang Syne." I thought this was so cute. I should have warned. Maybe I'll put something before this segment telling the people, my friends and family, to skip this part because if I know you and you like candles, you're probably getting this. So I have, 12 to make? 4, 8, 12. Yeah, 12 candles to make. I really hope I have enough stuff. I really hope that this doesn't take 5 hours. So yeah, I have my little candle jars. I have my beeswax. I have essential oils. I'm probably going to make sugar cookie. I also have pumpkin scented ones, but that's not very Christmassy, so I figure I'll just do sugar cookie. And then I have chopsticks I cut in half so that it keeps like the candle wick up, you know? I did a little bit of research last night, so I feel like I know what I'm doing. But yeah, that's the adventure for tonight. My little escapade I completely forgot I had to do. So, but thankfully I'm feeling okay. I feel like I have energy. So I'm gonna get this done and I'll document part of the process and we'll see how far we go. I am probably also going to listen to either Anne of Green Gables or maybe I'll listen to the Ghost of Green Glass House. I'm really enjoying that too. I listened to that more since I talked to you last. So yeah, let's make some candles. Let's have a bit of a learning experience, shall we? reading for a little while. I listened to more of the Ghosts of Green Glass House while I was making the candles, which, okay, it wasn't a disaster. It was a lot of fun. I really had a good time putting those candles together, and I feel like that could be a fun hobby. But I bought like a whole box of beeswax bars like you saw, and they only made about 3.5 candles, so shoot, I have a lot more I need to make for gifts and such. So tomorrow I'm likely going to be working from home, so I'm thinking on my lunch break maybe I'll go run to Michael's real quick and get some more. But yeah, so that was a little bit of a mishap, but not really. It still worked out well, and my house smells really good now. It smells just like vanilla everywhere. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good exercise, and I got to listen to a lot of my book, and then I settled in with my tea that you saw and got to read some more of Anne of Green Gables. I'm not quite finished yet, but maybe if I read a little bit more tomorrow, I might be able to finish, maybe even listen to more of the audiobook. What I'm gonna do now, it's about 11:30. I'm gonna edit just a little bit of this vlog, and then I'm gonna head to bed. So thank you so much for watching. It was really so much fun to vlog again, and I'm so excited to vlog more tomorrow. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And if you enjoyed this video, and if you watched all the way through, I so appreciate it. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I'll be posting more once I graduate. And like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great night.